This is the second video on subroutines, and I'm going to offer a little bit more explanation of how they work. First of all, we finished our last program where we were running this triangle subroutine, and we were running it 4 times. So we're going to look at this in debug so we can kind of understand what's happening. So what I've done is I've got the memory here, and essentially I go to next line, and you'll see the first line it's actually running is not the subroutine, it's after the subroutines, it's showing the turtle, and the speed is 10. And I start my loop, and on this line we call triangle. Can you see down here, it's on line 20 of the program, and I'm making a call to triangle. When I click on next line, it's going to flip up to here, and you can see line 21 of program is what we're going to call when we're finished with triangle, but we're going to do triangle first. So we step through the program like so. And we have finished now with triangle, and it will go back to here, and you can see triangle has disappeared. It will then turn the turtle, it will go back up to the top of the for loop, and then it will call triangle again. So it will push current routine, so the main program, onto the stack, and then it will run triangle again. So it will then run right through that, and it will keep on going into triangle. Now it is possible to call a subroutine from a subroutine, in which case we would have 3 items on this stack, and then when it had finished the top one, it would return into the second one, and if that called something else, it would go up again and then back down to this one, and when this one finishes, it then goes into the main program. So if we run the rest of the program, there we are. One final point here, can you see there's these variables here, I and counter? Then the same possible variables, so if you call it counter inside the subroutine and you call it counter inside the main program, they will still overwrite each other, so you've got to be really careful. Most languages don't do this, they have a thing called scope, but we're working with a much simpler language here just to make it a little bit easier to start with. Now there is an advantage to this, which is if we wanted to, we could say for triangle here, don't move by 50 but move by size, like so. And then down here I could say size is set to 100. So then when it calls triangle, it will draw a triangle of 100. So there we are. And if I set size to 30, it will draw triangles of 30. So I can start to control what happens inside the subroutine by setting this variable outside of it. So I set the variable here, and then that goes into triangle. Triangle accesses the variable and then makes a triangle of that size. I can also do things like this. So I can say in here, size is set to 20 plus I times 10. Now what this is going to do is I is 1 the first time around the loop, 2, then 3, then 4. So I times 10 is then going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, and we add 20 on, and it's going to be 30, 40, 50, 60. So it's actually going to do 3 different sized triangles, like so. So we can really get a little bit of finesse of our control there and generate some quite interesting shapes. Make sure you check out the video on variables, and that will help you understand more about how variables are set and what they do.